there, and welcome back to Weird Soda for Life. You may notice that we are not in my office or anywhere in our house. In fact, we're in a hotel room in Chicago. We're here actually for a cool event called SporcleCon that starts tomorrow. It's 3 days of trivia. Mr. Weird here and I love trivia.
Yes, we do.
So we're here for that. But I'm here to tell you that although Chicago is cool, Boston cooler. You get it. Anyway,
Sure. Why not?
All right. Well, welcome back to Weird Soda for Life. Even though we travel, the show must go on. And today we are talking about a limited edition Vernor's original, the Boston Cooler. Bob, do you know anything about a Boston Cooler?
I do not know anything at all about a Boston Cooler.
Yeah. I guess never heard of one either. I mean, I guess I heard one in passing. It sounds like it's like a rogue drink, like I met it in the alleys. The Boston Cooler. No one speaks of it.
I see.
But
true crime with soda.
I mean, that's what this channel is.
Oh, boo.
Anyway, but
you need better writers for your material.
Oh. Why every time Mr. Weird is on this channel with me by ourselves, it sounds like we're getting a divorce?
It does not. Nobody thinks that.
Oh, is it just me?
Yes.
Well, this is awkward. Anyway, but you're not here for the witty banter, because if you were, you wouldn't be watching this channel. But let's talk a little bit about Boston coolers. So this is going to be a weird one. So when you hear Boston, of course, the first place you think of is
Boston?
I'm in Massachusetts, you goob.
Well, I mean, Boston's in Massachusetts.
For now.
You didn't specify a state.
That's true. But, so the first time you hear about a Boston Cooler, whatever that is, right? It is in Massachusetts, and it's in the 1880s. And it's actually a cocktail at that time, which this is a no cocktail. But... so it's a very simple cocktail. It's got rum, it's got lime, it's got soda water, and that's a Boston Cooler.
I hate rum.
Thank you. Anyway, so that's like the first time you run across the phrase Boston Cooler. But somehow by the 1900s, it's kind of gotten a little bit warped. So did you know there's a thing that's a Philadelphia Cooler?
No, I didn't.
So a Philadelphia Cooler is root beer and ice cream, which frankly to me sounds like a root beer float.
I was going to say, yeah.
There's also a Maine Cooler, which is our good friend Moxie, which you remember from like the first days of the channel, and ice cream. Which, remembering Moxie, the flavor was distinct. I think ice cream would have made it better, but...
it seemed to me you had me try that one and I didn't care for it.
Yeah, there's been a lot of trauma. But, anyway... so these kind of like variants start happening, and somehow it gets to Detroit, right? And of course, we've talked about the history of Vernor's, founded in the 1860s, truly a Detroit original, makes ginger beer, right? And if you want to know more about that history, you can go look at the Vernor's like black cherry soda variant video I did a couple years ago. But anyway, it makes its way there. And people start putting ice cream into Vernor's. And specifically, a lot of folks proclaim that it's got to be Stroh's ice cream, which, again, another Detroit original.
Okay, yes. Yeah.
Why did you make that face?
No, I don't know. I was just like, I don't know. I was just like, I guess I was surprised that basically, so Boston Cooler is basically a Detroit cooler.
Yeah, fascinating, right? So you think to yourself, okay, so... and there's a whole lot of variants on there. And also, I would be remiss if I didn't mention Fred Sanders. I will say, again, Sanders is another Detroit institution. Primarily, if you're up in the Mitten, you can see them, like, they have, like, chocolate fudge in a jar, like, for ice cream. And so that's where this kind of all takes off. You got Fred Sanders getting Stroh's ice cream and Vernor's to make a Boston Cooler. And so the question, of course, then becomes, why is it called a Boston Cooler if it's in Detroit?
Well, it doesn't sound like it. Doesn't much sound like the original Boston Cooler.
No, again, I do not know how this name transplanted. I think it's just two names that are the same that have two very different meanings. So research is a little mixed on where the Boston comes from for this Detroit original, but the most sources say that there was a Boston Boulevard or something in Detroit that was kind of well known and established, and there was like also maybe a Boston Edison thing, and so they think the name came from there.
Oh, huh.
But how do we get to this? So it turns out, like when you think about Boston Coolers, and maybe a reason that you and I personally had not heard of, really had heard of this because you're from Wisconsin and I'm from Tennessee, is weirdly enough in 1967, Verner's opens a ginger beer like bar essentially for all of their stuff, and they call it Boston Cooler and trademark the name.
Huh. Okay.
So of course you trademark the name. Of course, because of that, you lock down the name, you lock down the naming rights. Well, the bar failed, but the trademark remained. And so today today apparently this is a Detroit drink, a Detroit institution. Again, ginger beer and ice cream, and there's even arguments about how the ice cream should go. And I'm going to actually point this out by showing you the label now, because as you know, let's see again. You'd think I'd be filming these for like a while now. You think I'd figure out the label and the camera, but I never do. But so if you look at here, right, you can see that the ice cream is floating on top of the soda.
Huh. So it's ice cream float with ginger ale rather than root beer.
Except.
Okay.
And also here too, our little like gnome leprechaun guy. But other sources say that a Boston Cooler must have the ice cream blended in with the drink. So instead of floating in with it, it must be a part of it, making it like a milkshake instead. So even in this, there's still I guess you could say that this has got to be the one, right? Because this is the OG, but this is why, but even this is controversial. But I like this label. I like it evokes the old barrels. So if you don't know, again, watch the video. But Verner's, their whole thing was like aging the ginger beer in the barrel. So I like that how this evokes like a barrel. We got the little dude here, and it tells you exactly what you're looking at: creamy vanilla and ginger soda. So with that, oh yes, please, a glass. First, I'm going to spare us both from me trying to sniff it through the bottle because that has been sometimes a disaster. But I am going to pour. This makes it look so much fancier.
It does. Fancy hotel glasses.
Okay, I can definitely smell the vanilla in that. Like, that's very distinct.
Oh, sorry. I don't think that has anything to do with the soda. I just suddenly
say that's usually my line.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can smell the vanilla very distinctly.
Oh,
it's strong.
Yeah, very strong.
I'm getting a little bit of the hint of like a ginger underneath it, kind of like a ginger ale almost, but like not but not like strongly. It's really just heavily vanilla. Are you ready?
Yes.
Bottoms up. I like that.
I actually really like it. I was surprised. I mean, ginger Verner's is kind of, I like it, but I don't love it.
Yeah.
I actually like this better than regular Verner's.
I do too. Like, I've made no bones about the fact that I'm not huge on Verner's.
Right.
It's not ginger ale. I like ginger ale. Verner's is not ginger ale. I've talked about this multiple times. Anyway, but
see. We have opinions.
We do have opinions. But I really like that. I think the vanilla really plays well. And although the scent was really strong, like the vanilla itself and the taste really didn't seem to be overwhelming.
No, they mesh together really well. I'm surprised. I really like this.
Yeah, I do too. I would say normally the ginger beer of Verner's has a little bit more of a bite to it. Ginger beer, of course, as a pre-prohibition drink, has a stronger, distinct flavor than ginger ale, which is a prohibition origin drink. So I kind of thought, I wasn't quite sure where these two strong, perhaps, flavors were going to end up. We have talked about before on the channel that vanilla and things of that had more of a base, and so they're more of a neutralizer. And I think that has happened here with the ginger, is that it's made it more neutral, but in essence, it's made it a really wonderful blend. I'm I would also drink this again.
I thought it was actually really refreshing too. Yeah.
I'm super surprised. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be bad, but I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did.
No, I didn't either. That was good.
Huh. Well, good on you, Vernors. It says limited edition, but maybe we'll have to get more, or maybe we'll have to buy some Vernors and some ice cream and go to town on our.
I mean, I guess that's an option. Sure.
I guess we can make handmade Boston Coolers.
Just make sure that the ice cream is right. It's totally submerged and not floating on top.
Yeah, I mean, two houses alike in dignity.
What was that?
Just saying, there's two houses alike in dignity. Are you team float? You team milkshake?
Oh, okay. Is that I didn't understand. Is that a reference?
It's from Romeo and Juliet.
Oh. I've read it, but it was a long time ago. Okay.
Okay. Anyway, well, thanks you to have remembered Shakespeare. Anyway, next week, I was actually going to have you on next week. Mr. Weird went all over creation and found A&W. I guess this also keeps up with our ice cream mixing flavors.
It does. There's a theme there.
There's a theme there. So next week, we are trying not one but two of A&W's most recent limited edition root beer. It's called Ice Cream Sundae. And Bob, sorry. Well, I have called you Mr. Weird so long. Most of the time, you'll know who he is. But A&W has released both a zero sugar and a regular version of the Ice Cream Sundae. And I thought next week we would try them.
Yay!
So next week you'll see the two of us again. Will we be in my office? Will we be in our living room? I don't know. That's part of the surprise. But any final thoughts about this or anything?
Gosh, no, I don't think so, other than I'll just say again, I really liked it.
Well, until next time, drink weird, and I guess drink drinks that are named after places, especially if the place is not in the same state that it's from. It might be delicious, or it might be a crime. See you next time.